Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jamal Bryant Podcast. Let's be clear. There will be absolutely no fog. Everything you want to know about love, life, relationships, dating, marriage, and divorce, you're going to find out in this conversation. I'm super duper excited to have my sister with me. Dr. Stacii Jae Johnson is an amazing maverick for relationships. Those who are serious and not playing with it, but really want to know how they can get away from the Harlequin romance idea of love, the Lifetime channel edition of love, about what love really looks like, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're not going to want to miss one moment of this conversation. Dr. Stacii, welcome.
Yes. So it's so interesting when I sit down with you.
Yeah.
I want to say Pastor Reverend, but I'm like, that's Jamal from college.
Listen.
Like,
We're not at
brother.
birth. You on the podcast. Jamal it is.
Jamal.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. I'm excellent.
I met this woman my freshman year at Morehouse.
The first week.
First week.
Yeah.
The first week she had on a cowboy hat, jeans and cowboy shoes.
Remember that. Jeans, shorts, and cowboy boots.
It was a whole situation. And this is before the whole Beyonce thing. So you got to realize this was like Battlestar Galactica. I was coming from Baltimore, like, what is happening? You had everything but Spurs on.
So for me.
And you're not even from Tech. You're from Memphis.
I'm from Memphis, Orange Mound, 8-ball MJG. Don't let the
Wow.
Spelman other doctor fool you, baby.
Listen, no, we have come a long, long way.
Yeah.
From, you all would recognize it from, it's a thin line between love and hate.
Mine, Peaches. I'll never forget. I
Yes.
was on, just recently, about 3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
I was shopping at Target.
yeah.
And somebody comes over and they do this. And they said, "You Mia's cousin." Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm like,
But here's the
Mia.
blessing. Here's the blessing.
it's Mia. What?
Number one, that you look the same, and two, is identifiable.
Okay, you know what? I didn't think about that.
No, look at it.
No, for
We
real.
just had a Morehouse Spelman reunion,
Yes.
and I didn't know who people were.
Okay, so
But you look
see,
great.
the truth in you is the truth.
But that's not true.
I people go, "Stacii," and I go,
Yes.
I'm not gonna even go no further in detail. But
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody want to blame it on their husband. My Spelman sisters want to blame all of the.
Excess baggage.
Yeah, he said it. I did.
Yes.
On the husband and the kids.
Yes.
And what I say is, I know plenty of women didn't make that choice. I said to myself,
Yes.
but why do we want to not accept accountability? But I don't do that,
Yes.
but I'm just saying,
Yes.
yeah, everything looks a lot different. We look the same though.
And
We look good.
it's a
I'm sorry,
modern day
Jamal.
miracle.
Like for real.
I'll tell you, it take one to know
53.
one. Let's don't say that out loud.
53. I
Okay.
love it. Let me tell you why I love it.
Why?
Because people always go, 53? You mean 35? I'm like,
No one has ever told me that. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, you are easy 50.
no, I get 53.
No, you look great.
Thank you.
From Spelman to this moment
Yes.
and everything in between, how did you land that love? How did that become your focus?
You know what? I have to say now, it is definitely kingdom business.
Wow.
My mother was married 5 times. My grandmother was married 3. And
Your mother was married 5
5 times, died at 56, though. So between
5 times by 56.
Yes. Between 21, my dad,
Yeah.
and when she died, going through her 5th divorce, she died in my arms. My mother was married 4 more times.
Wow.
Yeah. My grandmother, 93 now, married 3 times.
Yeah.
My dad, he has a girlfriend and a wife, but he just left the girlfriend to move back in with the wife because they're buying a house together. It's confusing, child. But
he's buying a house together with who?
with the wife.
With the wife.
Yeah, he left the girlfriend. She's still in Florida. This just happened. I'm sorry. You see where I come from, and you wonder why she in love? Are you kidding me?
Wow.
So this is what I see growing up. Absolutely. My mother married for love all 5 times. My grandmother married for money all 3 times. So imagine my mother dying, and I'm the little girl in between saying,
How old are you when your mom passed?
35.
Wow.
35. And I'm in between going, okay, so the love thing, they say it's supposed to be all about love.
Right.
But then, my grandmother said every 2 years I got a new Cadillac. That's Memphis.
I got it. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there with my mom and I'm like, and she never talked to us about any of this. So I finally, on her deathbed, I said, okay, tell me about these husbands.
Right.
Because literally she wouldn't let us see her date, my brother and I. She would just end up married. And we would.
Wow.
Yep. Crazy, right? I never saw my mother really date. It would just be, my mom met one of her husbands at Home Depot. Yep, he was working on the house. She was hiring him, and then 6 months later, they were married. Now, we got some marrying women in our family. That's why I did not get married so early, because...
Yes,
yeah.
But 5 divorces, is that what made you wait till 53 to come on in?
Yeah, I had to do my work. Jamal, I can't... When you're a little girl, and I shot my stepfather when... Oh, Lord, y'all just... Okay.
Say it again. You got a Donald Trump felon.
I ain't got no doubt. I shot my stepfather when I was 13 for beating my mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
How in all these years do I not know this?
I don't talk about it.
Okay, I got to jump around. When you shoot him, did you go to jail?
Whew. So I'm the little girl at 13 sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
And these police officers are standing around me, and he's on the gurney going out. I see it as clear as day. My mother's in the kitchen right there, and she's crying. And I hear them ask him, is he gonna press charges? And he thinks about it. And I will never forget that moment in my life, because I was 13, and being 53 now, my life would have definitely been different. And
wow.
And so I was sitting there, and he finally said no. Oh, child. Okay. See, look at you.
It's early.
And I was sitting there.
Yes.
And he said no. And I'll never forget that moment, because then after the hospital, he was right back in the house.
No way. Mm-hmm. We just did a conversation at New Birth a couple of weeks ago about domestic violence, and asked those who needed emergency housing to come to the altar that we were going to pull them out of the house. And 17 women we had to put in emergency shelter, 2 of whom the husbands wanted to come fight me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And after they went 2 weeks in those extended stays, went back home.
Yeah. So you asked why.
Yeah.
That's my why. And that's another reason why I fight so hard when women say, I don't want to get married. I don't want a partnership.
Yeah.
And I say, I know it didn't start there. It's what you've seen and what you've been through.
Yeah.
That makes you not want that. But we are better together. But it has to be the right together. I also believe that I'm breaking generational curses.
Yeah.
In my family, because after I did my homework, my mom, my grandmother, my aunts, everyone in my family, the women, they died alone. So for me, when I say kingdom business and how did I get here, coming from being an actress in Hollywood, my mother literally had to die in my arms, and I had to ask her that question for me to be here right now. That's why when women see me and I'm so passionate about love, and I'm so passionate about learning men, it's not just about what you want. It has to be what the relationship wants. And then the homework you have to do on yourself separately, so that then your picker isn't off. Because, my mother, she picked for love, and that's supposed to be it, right? Right, they tell us. And my grandmother picked for money. So on social media, you hear both conversations.
Right.
And neither one of them worked as far as the women in my family. And looking back, so I'm helping women for me.
Yeah.
This is kingdom business. I was born for this. I didn't know I was.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm supposed to do. And I believe that because women, everyone here was born from a woman, right? We needed some help,
Right.
but they came through us. So I believe that when I can touch a woman and I can help her with the tools to create, cultivate, and keep healthy romantic marriage, I can also allow her the space to be accountable for her decisions. Because my mother, it's like every woman, oh my God, I'm so mad at you.
No, please. You helping us.
Every woman I talk to is like my mother.
And we, Claude McKay, at this point, we wear the mask. And we all try to feign as if it had an impact. As one of my favorite writers.
Oh, God.
One of my favorite writers says, love is the one thing everybody has been hurt by, but everybody still wants. And so to believe in love after seeing domestic violence, after seeing death, after seeing devastation, seeing loneliness, and still coaching people to say it is still obtainable.
Yes, and it can be just as beautiful as you want it to be.
Yeah.
It can be literally, it can be everything. I tell women, you can have the greatest love story you can ever imagine, but it will take you. It will take you. It will take us unlearning all of your past and then reprogramming. The brain is made up. I'm fascinated by the brain, neurons. The agreements that have been made with these neurons, it's called neuroplasticity. That brain can be retrained, but it takes time. So all of that anxious attachment, all of that anxiety, all of the avoidant attachment, all of the insecure attachments that we all have from this little life from here to now, it can be unlearned, but it will take a lot of work. It takes a lot, and believe in the way I know it can work, it's because I did it. You know, and I always say I'm not adverse to messing up again. I mean, I wake up every morning and my fiance and I could say something crazy. I could start mommying. I could start, you know what I'm saying, telling him what he ain't gonna do. But I realize that it's not the language that I want to use with someone who my picker is right with that. I want to honor him, and I want to give him his thinking place to live so that he can feel like, wow, I can be vulnerable with this woman.
Where's the balancing act of, in a relationship, of bringing somebody my trauma without attaching it to drama?
This is the thing. I don't think you can bring, I don't want you to bring your trauma. You know what I'm like? No, your trauma is yours. Every woman, like my trauma, whatever I went through in life pre my fiance, that is my stuff. It wears the relationship down. I always say the relationship is three. I say people, but it's two people. And this right here, I say as a person because I want the relationship to have a heartbeat, right? I can't, as 100% me, bring my stuff to this relationship. When I have that going on, you need to see a coach or a therapist or something like that, because this person over here is human too. And they have things going on, right?
Isn't it hard to separate that? If you and I are around each other every day, doing life together. It's going to be areas where my trauma's going to slip out.
No, because you're human. But then if you know, if I know, what did I say? My picker was right with this one. If I know the man that you are and how you've shown up in my life 90% of the time, then the conversation is just about, hey, babe, I know something that's going on because I know you're not this man. Is there anything I can do? How can we talk about this? Is there any? And if you say I need to do this by myself, you respect that. And as a woman, and then you go get your nails done or hang out with your girlfriends or something, because he just said, I cannot do this with you. And that's okay.
What do you think is the contributing factor to this being the lowest marriage season in the history of America?
Instagram. Social media.
What you mean?
Wait, what was the question?
This is the lowest amount of marriages America has seen since we have been a republic.
And Instagram, social media, because we see all of the pretty stuff and we don't see how even your choices are impacting your children and in your choices in relationships, both men and women. We don't see that. We see, I mean, you know, people doing the partying at the wedding. We don't see really, even on one of the shows, remember Black Love back in the day? We just saw hey, we're so happy. Oh, we went through this. But we don't see on television people working through things. We see the highlights. And I think that people are not getting how to make relationships work, and we're not doing our work on ourselves.
Yeah.
I promise you, I believe that my mother would not have been married 5 times if she would have done the work on herself. She was just constantly thinking that the marriage, when you love someone, that's going to make it work. And that's just not it. I don't believe we're doing our work.
The Bible says in Genesis, he's talking to Eve, God's talking to Eve, and says, this man should not be alone. Not men should not be alone. There are some men, quite frankly, just are not marriage material.
Yes. I call them, they are men for the streets. And I tell any woman I talk to, I don't have no idea on how to get them.
Yeah.
But I could tell you how to get a good man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the man that God presents to Eve is a man, one, who got somewhere to live.
Yes.
A Garden of Eden.
Yes.
He has an assignment to take dominion and have authority. And he has a purpose to name everything.
Yes.
And if you don't have those 3, leave that man alone.
Period.
What is your biggest red flag that you say to women? The kind of man, the men that they should leave alone. The biggest waving red flag at NASCAR is what?
I think it changes depending on what the woman wants. You know, I tell women to come up with 15 character traits. And you put those character traits in order. And then the biggest thing is everything on your list, you got to be it.
Wow.
You got me, girl. Yeah. You cannot want somebody who's kind and you out in the world not being kind. You cannot want somebody to be adventurous and you sitting at home, going to work and coming home and taking the kids, doing whatever that, like, no, you're boring.
Right.
Wow. You can't. So I believe that it changes whatever woman there is, whatever woman we're talking about, but those character traits, if we start dating by the character of the person, rather than it be one thing, because with 8.2 billion people in the world, I can't say there's one thing. But what I can say when I'm sitting across from a woman or even answering that question is, what do you want? Because that will dictate. And who are you? What do you want? And who are you showing up as? And that will dictate what's important to you.
2 years ago, I spoke at a holistic retreat in Jamaica. A young lady was there. She was a sex therapist. She said something that messed me up. She said the greatest amount of suppressed sexuality happens in the church. Watch this, Stacii. Because the church only gives you 2 options. Either you're a porn star or a Puritan.
Jeez.
That they either see you as a hoe or holiness. And there's no space to explore your sexuality or your identity. And so a lot of people become frustrated in their sexual being because they are precluded from exploring it. You don't even know how much your first book kicked over tables in the church because you told women, date everybody.
Everybody. Absolutely. You get to know who you are. But this is the thing. If they read the book, they know they're experiments.
Yes.
They're only experiments.
Yes.
Date
but what does that mean?
Date, and it's with no intimacy, though.
Yes.
So I'm not sending ladies out there.
Yes. But my issue was on perception.
Yes.
So if I'm dating everybody, let's say hypothetically, you go to Mount Lebanon Baptist Church.
Okay.
And you dating everybody.
Yes.
So on the first Sunday, you done brought a coworker. The second Sunday, you left for dinner with the drummer. The third week, you going out with a deacon. The fourth week is somebody you met online. The people in church like, wait a minute.
Why do you have to take it there?
No,
like, why?
You wrote it.
No, but I'm not.
You said date everybody.
No. I did say date 3. It's date 3 to get to the 1. Right.
Okay.
So you're not dating everybody.
Yes.
But I did have this lady at the airport once. She ran up to me. She was like, Dr. Stacii, girl, I got your book. You know, I have to go into character.
Yes.
I'm still an actress.
Yes.
Dr. Stacii, I got your book. I said, okay, girl. She said, I got me like 10 of them. And I looked at her and I said, baby, did you read it? I said, the 143 is to get to the 1. There is still an intention. I love you. 143. Remember Music Soul Child? Yes. I said, what are you doing? I said, first of all, that's exhausting to manage that number of personalities.
Yes.
And she looked like, but you told, and I'm like, no, you got to read the book, not just the cover.
Yes, that part. So before you And your fiance solidified everything.
Yes.
Shout out.
Yes. Jason,
Were you dating 3 men till you got to him?
Absolutely.
And you knew it.
And they are absolutely
No,
a
ma'am.
good man. Let me tell you something.
No, ma'am.
Jamal.
No, ma'am.
Come on now.
My heart wouldn't be able to take it.
Come on. I'll call
You
the,
was like,
I'll call the first lady.
Listen, you would say to Jason, hey, I'm on a date. I'll call you back later.
No. That's disrespectful. I would affirm him first or whatever. I would
say, Jason, I love you, but you know I'm out right now.
No, I would not. First of all, I'm not picking the phone up on a date.
Okay.
I would because if we had the conversation before, because you know men, so you dating other people.
Yes.
I would affirm him and tell him what an amazing man he is and how much fun I have with him. But I have learned over the course of years that I want to spend some time getting to know someone first. And then as we move forward, see where it ends up. But I'm so looking forward to, oh my gosh, committing to you. You're a great guy. Why wouldn't I? Look, even you baffled.
Oh, I am. Because I'm trying to put me in that table across the street.
Even you, and that's what most men are looking, and I just keep smiling. And they like, well, yeah, why wouldn't I? And then if they keep hitting me with something, and you got to remember, I've been doing this.
Yes.
I tell them, I said, you have a daughter? And they go, yeah. I said, so what would you tell your daughter? They met someone, and on the 3rd date, she comes home and she says, Daddy, I think I met him. And I want you to meet him. We've been on about, well, baby, how many dates you been on? We've been on like 3 or 4, even if it's 6 or 8. Yes. Okay, so hold on. So you've been on 6 or 8 dates and you want me to meet him already? You want to just stop dating other people?
Right.
And then I tell them I'm somebody's daughter too. And then they shut up. Now let me go out here and date all these other people. And you show up in these character traits that I need you to be. You don't even, he doesn't know about the character traits. Right. Don't tell him the character traits.
Right.
But you show up in alignment because I'm going to hold myself accountable to everything I want. I'm going to be. Okay. But I'm somebody else's daughter.
You got a new book, but I'm stuck here. I'm stuck. Listen, I'm stuck. I got to ask you, as the MVP, as the franchise player, as the head coach, how you rotate the 3 off and then add a new one on?
Well,
and this double standard, Stacii.
Okay.
The double standard.
Okay, I know it
is. As your brother, if I would have said to you, hey man, I'm dating 3 women, you'd be like, oh, Jamal, we need to pray for you.
No, I would not. Because if you were dating, no.
Yes.
If it was in the beginning and these women had not aligned with your character traits.
Yes.
Now, if they have aligned and you still out here dating, I'm like, well, brother, we do need to talk. What is the problem?
But you're not saying that to the women.
Absolutely, I said.
I just want to make sure.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. I have male clients. Yeah.
Do you?
Absolutely. I got a doctor right now in New York that swears by me. Yep, psychiatrist. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Okay. I got businessmen. I'm for the relationship.
Yes.
I want this to work because I do believe it takes 2 people, man and woman, as far as in what I teach, right?
Yes.
To make this thing work, right? I'm not against any other, but I talk to where my heart comes from. And that is because my mother married 5. You got to remember, everything goes back to my mom. My mom married 5 men. 5 of them for love. My grandmother, 3 of them for money.
Yes.
And I'm in the middle, right? So I'm not against anybody else and how they date.
So what are you marrying for?
Oh, I'm marrying for commitment. I'm marrying for compatibility.
Yes.
I'm marrying for, this man is every one of my character traits.
All 15.
All 15. And and let me tell you, the thing about it is, I know what they are. They're not in a book. You want to hear them? Dependable, inspiring, complimentary, enhancing, provider, loves God, protector, honors me, cherishes me, caring, understanding, and trustworthy.
We got the same list.
Look at that, brother.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Listen.
You see what I'm saying? So for me, they're not, you know how some women go, hold on, let me go get the book. Hold on, Dr. Stacii, let me go I'll be on the phone. Be like, where you going? That has to be in your soul, what you want. You can't be dating out here and not know it.
Yes.
But Jason is all of them.
Now, he's got to be.
Yeah, oh no,
my respect has gone to a whole nother level. You have a new book out.
Yes.
Tell them the name of it.
You scared?
I want to free you for your own promotion.
Don't be a tar.
Yes.
That's
not a Native American.
I know. No. Don't be a tar. How to avoid the habits and decisions of a typical ass woman to get the man you want to want you. And my name is Stacii Jae Johnson, Dr. Stacii, and I was a typical ass woman. Coming from my mom and my grandmother, I made all the typical ass woman decisions.
Translation, don't be basic.
Yeah, don't be basic. And don't make decisions out of, like, one of the taught traits is you have not learned men. You have to learn men. Women, you learn everything else. Yes. You go to college, you got to learn some stuff to graduate.
Right.
But we just feel like because we're women, we show up and we have all the right answers. No.
Yes.
You have to learn men. You have to learn what they need. My mother didn't spend time doing that. She just dated. And then men asked her to marry her. And then she said yes. And then they went, trying to figure it out. And it didn't work 5 times. You have to learn men. Another trait is, patience. Anytime, patience. Why are you not patient? Because you got to know if God has it for you,
yes,
it's for you, right? It's for you. So maybe there's some pruning going on in both of you, right?
Yes.
Be patient. So I list all the traits. I mean, I could go on and on, but those are my top ones. Oh, and of course, you cannot want somebody to be something that you're not. If you lying to yourself every day, you going to the gym and you going to work out, then you're a liar if you still working on your weight. It's what you are telling yourself. Yeah. If you are telling yourself you're going to read a book every month and you always end up not doing that, whatever you're telling yourself, if you want honesty and trust, then you can't have that on your list if you're not checking yourself. Self-accountability is huge for me.
Here is the tension, is that we want our daughters to be beautiful, but when they grow up, we try to condition them to be understated.
Oh, wow.
Is that we're in a culture where you are persecuted for standing out. Miles Davis said, greatness is in originality. And most people are conformist. They just want to blend in and be a part of the room.
Yeah.
And the basic premise of this is don't be like everybody else.
Don't be like everybody else.
And that comes with great affliction.
And it came with me from being a taught for so long. It came with me for coming from my mom and my grandmother and not understanding how to do it different. And then for years I would look at okay, so they say do it like this, but that ain't right. And they say do it like this, that ain't right.
Yeah.
But I had to really, for me, accountability. What am I if I'm continuously attracting this and accepting it in my life?
Yes.
Accepting it, not just attracting it, but I'm accepting it. Then everybody else is different, girl. What's up with you?
Yes.
What is going on with you?
Well, how do you embrace the difference without the stigmatization of trying too hard? See, average. We're in a place where average is celebrated, and excellence is frowned upon. 80 million people, 18 million people voted for Trump. It says, I know he's rude. I know he's offensive. I know he's got 36 felonies. This is my guy. But I don't want Biden because he's old. So I'd rather have reckless over retired. The psychology of the country is in a crazy place. How do you get comfortable being distinct?
Your pain. It's got to come from you. It's got to be your pain and not wanting to end up in the same situation that you were in before.
Yeah.
And it's got to hurt so bad. The sick and tired of being sick and tired has to be overwhelming. I'm so sick and tired of being in the same place. Everybody else is different and I'm still the same.
Wow. When we went to Morehouse, our freshman week, I'll never forget it, they said, a lot of you are going to be brokenhearted. A lot of you are going to be disillusioned.
Yeah.
Because every young man here thinks they the next Dr. King.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for those other guys.
Yeah.
I was like, how you think you're gonna be in my class? It ain't gonna work out
for them.
I just began to do intercessory prayer for all of them, knowing that they were just gonna be so disillusioned that they didn't reach the goal. How do you give yourself permission to stand out knowing that most people are adverse to originality?
I have to go back to what my purpose is. And I have to go back to my mother. And I have to go back to the reason I'm doing this. Because I could easily just be like, child, I don't even care no more about them. Because I'm not the most popular thing.
Yeah.
Trust me. The Derrick Jacksons are the most popular thing still. These men out here who are filling rooms. I'm not mad at them. It is what it is. That's, filling rooms and women showing up excited to get with and I'm literally here saying, every time I look at a woman, you are my mother. So I miss that. Well, you see, I was teared up just with the thought of it. I'm fighting for you, but I see my mother in you. I see my mother in me.
Wow.
But they still fill the rooms like they do. The Derrick Jacksons, I don't know all the names, but when I'm literally on the cross for you, every tear you have cried, I have cried.
Wow.
As a woman, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I've been lied to, cheated on, had a baby by somebody else. Like, are you kidding me?
I saw this post went viral 2 weeks ago of a kindergarten graduation. So this is a kindergarten graduation. Each kindergartner had to come to the mic and say what they wanted to be. Little boy said he wanted to be a doctor. Another one said he wanted to be a wrestler. Another one said he wanted to be a football player. Little girl in kindergarten said she wanted to be pregnant in kindergarten. And
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I was thinking president. I was thinking, she said she wanted to be pregnant?
Yes, she's in kindergarten. And it just says that at 5, she wanted something to love. Wanted somebody to love her. I didn't even look at it in terms of the process of pregnancy, but the other side of it.
And where did that come from?
And where did that come from?
At 5. At 5.
Yes.
Because remember, she came from here. She didn't know even mama or daddy.
Yes.
So what did she see?
Yes.
To then have to at 5 say she wants to be pregnant.
Yes.
Now the therapist in me, I'm not doing therapy, so y'all just be real clear.
Yes.
But this to me makes me think of some of the kids that I do have under my clinical practice. I work at an agency and they are very anxious. We call that anxious attachment, even at 5, because they don't know if mom or dad or what time, because mom and dad are working a lot and they're like, where's mom and where's dad? So then I see these kids growing up to possibly doing what you said, this little girl, because she's looking for something to love her because she's not getting love from her caregiver.
Yes.
And when you're not getting that as an adult, then this 5-year-old grows up as an adult. She thinks she's going to get it through what? This little child.
Right.
But then it's still not going to happen. And then she still looks to get it from men. And it goes on and on. I used to be an anxious attachment.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a very secure attachment now.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Or as solid as a rock, Ashford and Simpson.
Yeah.
Yes. I was reading this article on relationships, Stacii, and the article is written by a husband and wife. And the wife says, marriage shows you the ugliest part of who you are and allows you to become the best of what you can become.
Yes.
All in the same institution.
Ego free. You got to be ego free.
What does
to
that
get
mean?
that?
Yes.
That means this woman is literally, she's looking at her significant other.
Yes.
And what she sees the most in him that she does not like, she knows that she's just, that's the reflection of her. So then she goes to do her work. And she realizes that marriage is a process of learning the best, because if it's good, this person is going to see you at your ugliest.
Yes.
Period. And you're both going to choose to stay. So that tells me she's looking over and go, okay, I don't like that about him. Now, what about that is in me?
Yes.
What about that? And instead of attacking him, she's going, what about that is in me?
Wow.
Well, what about that is in me? Because that's the only way it's going to affect you like that.
In your training, do you read body language?
Absolutely. Body language, tone.
Yes.
I teach women to affirm men to death. Affirm. A man needs affirming. I used to say only black men.
Yes.
So white men too, because I have some clients with some dating on the other side.
Yes.
But affirm, and
do you ascribe to this whole thing about people having vibrations or energies?
Oh, absolutely. So masculine and feminine energy.
Yes.
Yeah, we're born with both.
Yes.
Actually. And as we grow up, women tend to be, myself, I was more masculine, I have to admit, initially. And some men resonate more feminine, but that does not mean, it's not gender. It's more the energy of you. And as a woman and man, you have to choose what is sexy to you, what's attractive.
Yes.
And I decided I wanted a majority masculine man. And that meant that for me, being majority masculine myself, this is what it would always do. Because likes can't attract like, you need the polarity of it.
Right.
So I had to do the work on myself. But absolutely, you cannot have a relationship work in a healthy way and both be masculine. You can't it doesn't even work with the magnet. Just imagine you have to have masculine and feminine. It has to be yin and yang. It has to be the opposite to work.
So last time I did a TED Talk for the first time, you came.
Yes.
And you had never met my fiance a day in your life, ever.
Are you kidding me? Never met her?
No.
No,
that was the first time. In there.
In where? In the TED Talk?
Yes.
I had met.
You had met her?
Yes. I
Where?
met her at church or just being out. I had met her. But we weren't. Yes. I'd met her before.
Where'd you meet her?
But we had never talked before.
Where'd you meet her?
At church.
See, now I'm starting to feel a conspiracy. Yeah, I feel a full FBI promo.
Of course I met her. We shared stage together with Dear Future Wifey podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd seen her. She's lovely. But we had never really engaged.
Yes.
And I okay, go ahead. I'm going to let you tell the story.
So you left out of there and pulled me aside and said, you're going to marry this woman.
I sure did.
But I didn't know you knew her.
Yeah, no.
So now I got to ask some other questions.
No. Oh, Lord. I knew of her.
Yeah, now you qualifying.
No. We'd never had a discussion that would even constitute me to say what I said.
Yes.
No, at all.
Okay,
no.
So I'm trying to figure out if your hands are really clean now. I got to figure this out.
My hands are very clean.
Okay, if your hands
are just clean, hold on, they can get even cleaner.
Yes.
We had conversation in the past about relationships.
Yes.
And I told you.
Yes.
I told you.
Yes.
I told you.
Yes.
We tell the people?
No.
Okay. Look, now he can.
No, this is your interview.
Okay, look at that. Y'all see how he backed out?
This is your interview.
I am sister.
Yes.
Not
yes.
sister, but yes.
Yes. Yes.
Look at him.
Yes.
Have y'all ever seen him like choked up and silent like that? He want to call me out on the podcast. He want to call me and
let's come back. Let's come back. Let's come back. If you didn't really know her, if you didn't,
I gotta take some water because I don't think I've seen you that choked up before.
Yeah, listen. If you didn't really know her, how did you then say, okay, this is the person, Jamal, this is it?
I can tell you, Jamal, my spirit, I don't know literally why, but my spirit spoke so. I'm gonna tell you how it went. I left the room.
Yeah.
And First Lady Carrie came in and sat in the seat where I was.
Right.
I had to move over. And as she's sitting there, something like literally, and we talked about relationships before, and I'm like, okay, we got to get you, and it's got to be right. We got to make some good choices. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's what we said.
That's what we said. You know, I did. And she sat down. And when I tell you, God spoke clearly to me, like Jamal is literally the words. I'm so serious. And I said, God, but she gonna think I'm crazy. Because we had never really had a conversation.
Yes.
I know who she is. I mean, you see her? She is, you know, she a fiance. And I said, but she gonna think I'm crazy. And God said, don't care. And I leaned over and I said what I said.
Yes.
And then immediately when I left, I called you and I told you what I did.
Yes.
I said, something is there. It's been right next to you. What is your problem? Yes. That's what I said, didn't I? Y'all don't know. That's how real family talk to them.
Yes.
What is your problem?
Yes.
It is right there. God just spoke to me. period.
Okay.
Stop playing.
So God did it.
God did. No.
Yeah, so I didn't know if it was your training, your therapy. That's why I was asking you about body language.
Oh, no.
Energies.
No.
So you just became a prophet that day.
I have no idea why God used me like that.
I don't know why he did it.
I'm serious.
We're grateful.
I'm so
Yes.
happy you did the right thing.
Me too.
No, she is perfect.
But
The kingdom just.
I didn't know you knew.
You keep saying, what is no? That's so subjective.
No, I'm saying, I thought you all met that day.
No, we didn't meet that day. We had a conversation. That was that is more words than we probably ever spoke and said that close together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at you.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was just asking.
Yeah, but it was very clear. And even I left there thinking, she gonna think I'm crazy.
She did. You wasn't even talking at the time. She did.
I know, she was like, what in the
She thought I paid you to say it.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. No, it was a full conspiracy theory. But I said, no. Well, we worked it out.
Yes, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Literally, the kingdom just got bigger.
Amen.
The kingdom, no, literally, seriously, from the bottom of my heart.
Yes.
And this is my spirit.
Yes.
The kingdom just got bigger.
I believe
and it is going to blow the whole world, like literally.
You in full prophetic mantle.
No, I'm serious.
I believe it.
It is going to be the biggest ever. Like what is happening, I believe our eyes, the three-dimensional reality is what we can see out of our eyes. Now y'all about to get a whole nother level. The three-dimensional reality is what we can see, but there's things being built around us, even not by what we see. That is the last part of manifestation, right?
Yeah.
But I see things bigger than you could have ever imagined because of this choice you have made.
I believe it.
Period.
I believe it.
Yeah. Blessings on blessings.
What is the space between, I've been divorced for almost 11 years. What do you think is the space people should take in terms of time between relationships?
You know, if you're looking, again, if you're going back to growing, I believe that there is not a specific time, because with each person, if you're pointing the finger back at yourself and saying, what did I learn? Why are we laying on the couch so long? Why are we not dating? Why are we not? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I look at, and I even talk about it in Don't Be a Talk, every date, every man that I have dated was my angel. I don't care if he lied, took me for a lot of money. He was, for me, a deliverer of good things, no matter the pain.
Yeah.
What did I learn from that relationship?
I don't know if I give him an angel type.
I give him my angel.
Give him a messenger. Let's say that there was
somebody else said a messenger, but I don't know why. Angel just, to me, if you Google it, it says, it doesn't say, it's the highest form of, my life has been changed through this person.
Yes.
For good.
Yes.
For good.
Yes.
The best of myself has come through every bad relationship, because I looked at after my mom died, I went back and looked at him and I said, what can I take from that? And it's made me the woman that I am today. Jason and I, of course, our relationship is not perfect.
Yeah.
But we're perfect for each other.
I love it.
Because of the woman I've become. See, this is the thing. Women, and you may be really give me some pushback.
Okay.
A woman can be without a man. Our spirit, we have girlfriend circles, we have this, we have that.
That's true.
Yeah, we can. But a man cannot live without us. We give him his definition. Not if he has A man, you are the best of who you are with us. It is the truth. You're the
say it again.
You are the best. A man cannot live without us, but we can live without a man. We absolutely can.
I'm going to meet you on the 50-yard line. The 50-yard line is women make men better.
You cannot live.
No. Okay. Listen to me. Women make men better.
Yes.
But women need that relationship more than a man does. As a consequence, watch this, Stacii.
Okay.
Women, there's no such thing as a woman cave. It's a man cave because he wants that time to be alone. From Eve didn't know aloneness. She comes out and somebody is there. So women are more relational beings than what men are.
But we can live without you. women can and we can be happy. Yes. But we, for a man, you need us. Men need good women. Yeah. I know it's hard to swallow. It's man,
we need
water.
Good women.
Yeah,
we need good women.
Yeah, look.
Thank you.
But women, we can be happy without you. Yes, we can.
For this and other tidbits, please make sure you read Don't Be Tar.
Don't Be a Tar.
Don't Be a Tar, How to Avoid the Decisions and Habits of a typical engineer, a typical woman. You have to get this book and do it to me. This has been an amazing, riveting, compelling conversation. You always make me dig deeper.
Yes.
And think harder.
Absolutely.
And live longer.
Yes.
So I'm grateful for you. Thank you.
My brother.
Not just for being my guest. Thank you for being my sister.
Yes.
Thank you for being my friend. And thank you for a year ago being my prophet.
Yes.
I had to make sure that I was in divine alignment.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm so excited for you. And thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me the platform to talk about my book. And I really honestly did not know we were going to start there.
Yes.
So obviously that something is going to bless someone.
No, it's absolutely.
When I shared.
I hope that you will like, follow, and share Jamal Bryant Podcast. Let's be clear. Share it with all of your friends who are lonely, who are divorced, who are abandoned, who are emotionally unavailable. Show it to all of them. Show it to all the men who don't even realize how miserable they are. And show it to all of the women who have found a level of self-sufficiency that the universe didn't know existed. I'm grateful. We'll see you next time.